It's time for Tubi Tuesday. Okay. Hello there, I'm Scotty. You're not. Welcome to Tubi Tuesday. We are talking about Tusk, written and directed by Kevin Smith. This is part of me trying to finish up the Kevin Smith movies I haven't done yet. And this movie is literally leaving Tubi today. So I'm like, okay. And then I'm going to watch Transfers 5 and 6 after this because they're also leaving soon. So yeah, I got some work to do. But Tusk tells the story of Wallace, who is a podcaster who goes to Canada to interview a guy who cut off his own leg, only to find out that he's killed himself. Strangely, not from chopping his leg off, but after that. So upon finding a notice of some sort at a gas station bathroom, he then goes to meet Howard Howe, who is like saying, if you come to my house, I will tell you stories, which right away, if you see an ad for someone saying, come to my house, I'll tell you stories, don't do it. It's obviously like a trap. But when he gets there, he is drugged, and then Howard proceeds to turn Wallace into a walrus. Hence, Tusk. Yeah. It's basically the Human Centipede, but with a walrus. And it's directed by Kevin Smith. And as I mentioned in my review of Yoga Hosers a few months ago, this is connected to that. And I don't know why I didn't put two and two together. Like, first, okay, so it starts with Wallace and his partner, Teddy. Wallace is played by Justin Long, who I think needs to get more film roles. He's not in a lot, His partner, Teddy, played by Haley Joel Osment. They are these podcasters who laugh at people's tragedies, apparently. And that's what he talks about. He's going to go to Canada, to Manitoba, I think, to interview this guy who chopped his own leg off by accident during an internet video. And it's really weird. The effects in this video are terrible, and you think, oh, that's because it's a fake video. But no, he actually chopped his leg off, and then he kills himself because of it. But like the effects for the rest of the movie are actually pretty good. If I have to say that what doesn't work, some of the jokes in here don't work. Like Howard and Teddy's podcast is called the Not See Party. In it, before you turn off this video, not NOTCSEE, not C. That's a running joke. Because later he's talking to Harley Morenstein. He's like, oh, the Nazi party. What? Nazis? No. NOTSEE. And then later, when the girlfriend and Teddy are trying to find him, they're like, yeah, go to, it's our website, NaziParty.com. And then, hello? You should have spelled it out for him or something like that. It's like, it's not funny. Why put that in there? It does connect to Yoga Hosers, though, with the Bratzies, but So he arrives in Canada, and it's revealed that the guy killed himself. So now he's at the A to Z from Yoga Hosers, which came out after this. He talks to the Colleens to find out where a certain place is. They say it's 2 hours away. He drives there to Howard's house, where he's regaled with Howard's tale of how when he was younger, he was shipwrecked or something, and he was rescued by a walrus, but he was alone with the walrus. We found out later he ate the walrus to survive, and now he's been kidnapping people, we find out, to recreate the walrus. The best part of this movie is when it's just the horror part, where you have Howard turning Wallace into a walrus, and it's just horrifying because all Wallace can do is scream. And I don't know if they explain why he doesn't speak. He just starts yelling. And I know that, like, at the end, Wallace is like, you have to, or Howard's like, you have to kill me to complete your transformation into a walrus. But he wasn't talking before this either. So if you say, oh, he's normal, he can talk, but then he turns into a walrus. Like, he kills Howard, that changes into the walrus, and he can't speak anymore. And it's not like he cut off his vocal cords, because he's still making sounds, which you don't make sounds. Well, if you go by Motel High, you make sounds, but you can't make vocal sounds like So I don't know. It's really weird. It's really weird. Then we have the side plot, which there's we keep coming back to flashbacks of the girlfriend Allie talk to him, and then she's talking to someone else about her relationship with Wallace and that she hates him. And there's someone there, and you see the hand. It's clearly Haley Joel Osment. Very obvious that it's Teddy that's going to be the one. And, some people say, oh, well, she's cheating on him. I don't think that's the case. And let me tell you why. Yes, he stays the night with her, but it's not implied they had sex at all. I think he's just there supporting her. I don't think they actually done anything yet. Because by the end of this, she says she still loves Wallace, even though he's a walrus person. I don't know. And, even though Teddy ignores his phone call that night, he's able to get to his phone because he's drugged, he passes out, he wakes up, and his leg is cut off for some reason. And then then he starts to slowly turn him into, he explains his past or whatever. But he's able to get over to his phone to make phone calls, which he whispers into. I don't know how that would work, but he calls Allie, he calls Teddy, and neither of them will get the message right away until the next morning. And she's all ready to go try to find him. So if she didn't care anymore, if she actually hated him, she'd be like, okay, whatever, I don't care. But no, they go to Canada to find him. They go to the A to Z, or first of all, they go to the cops there, and they're trying to figure out, what's going on. They tell the guy the cop there, who was the German dude in Yoga Hosers, says that they have no record of a Howard Howe, which later through flashbacks, when we talk to another character from Yoga Hosers, we find out that he's lies a lot. We'll get to it. But he says there's one more, an investigator, an inspector that had an encounter with a serial killer similar to this. And I don't know why I didn't think of it, but it's Guy Lapointe. It's Johnny Depp's character from Yoga Hosers. That's Guy Lapointe. I'm like, why didn't I think it's him? I would have made it makes sense. I mean, why? Of course, he's connected to this. But what we get is a 15-minute scene of just blabbing at a restaurant. And you have Jennifer Smith, Kevin Smith's wife, there. Is it implied it's the same character, like the Colleen's mom? One of the Colleen's mom? I don't know. From Yoga Hosers, because didn't she work in a restaurant too? I don't know. But, so they talk to he eats these sliders, but he's smoking in a restaurant. I don't know Canadian stuff, but I don't think you could smoke in a restaurant. It was 2014, so maybe that changed since, I don't know. But, so eventually we get to the point of this Guy Lapointe thing. They go to the A to Z because apparently Wallace has a thing for goofy drinks. But the way they explain it, so he's talking there of this whole conversation, and he says, "Oh, I met this son of a bitch," and we have this whole flashback to where he met the guy. And while it's the same actor, he's not acting like the same character. And I'm like, is there something lost in translation here, or did he not actually meet the guy? Apparently, we're supposed to believe that Howard is a liar and is acting different here to throw him off. Talking about a spider. I don't know. This whole scene is stupid. And then we get another scene where they get in the car. It's like, okay, does he have any way, any, traditions for driving? Like, does he smoke a cigarette? Does he do this, do that? What are his traditions? And they're like, well, he likes to drink goofy gas station drinks. So they go to A to Z, they talk to the Colleens, and they get the pad of paper he used to write down, which I feel like this part where he's asking, I feel like the original scene ended with him saying where the certain place, and they said it was 2 hours away. He's like, oh, they say it's 2 hours away, and I think that cut then. Now this is like an extended version where he asks for a pad and paper, he writes it down, and Guy Lapointe basically he copies Big Lebowski and he used the pencil to go over it, so he gets the address. And I'm sorry, but this whole thing with Guy Lapointe and Teddy and Allie trying to hunt down Howard to save Wallace, it's pointless. It's Guy Lapointeless. There's Lapointeless. It's Lapointeless because there's no point to it really. Because they get the address, they go there, they do a gag where he's like, "Here, I have the guns for you," and Teddy's like, "Oh no, I don't shoot guns. I've never shot a gun before." Well, American doesn't shoot guns. I don't. It was a funny joke. So they get the guns, but they burst in too late. Wallace has already killed Howard, and it looks like Guy is going to kill Wallace, but it doesn't because it cuts to a year later. And they show up at this zoo place where he's just a walrus. Aren't there surgeons that could reverse this? And we get one last flashback where she talks about, crying separates us from animals. Animals can cry too. I don't know where they get this, but animals can cry too. At least have watery eyes. But I digress. And it just ends. The ending for me doesn't stick the landing. I felt like you should have shot Wallace, put him out of his misery. This ending, where Guy Lapointe's about to shoot him but doesn't, feels like a jab or an homage or something to the original ending of Clerks, where if you don't know, Dante is originally shot down by a guy at the end, adding to the whole "I wasn't even supposed to be here today" thing that he said the entire film, which as a payoff to that line works as an ending to that movie, not at all. And I feel like, and this might not be the case, but this is what I feel. He goes to shoot him, we cut. It feels like it was a jab at it. Like, no, we can't. Like, oh, we're shooting him, but no, we can't do that because it's not a good ending. But here, I think it would have worked. Because now he has to spend his life as Walrus, which, again, I don't think they ever explained why he can't just talk. And if he was able to talk up until the point that he killed Howard and then became more of a walrus, when he's talking like that, it would make sense. But for me, I don't know. It doesn't make sense why he can't talk to me. I don't know. This was okay. It's middle of the road for me. I didn't really care for it. I think it might be just... No. I think I like the look Yoga Hosers better. I don't remember the score I gave Yoga Hosers, but I think I like Yoga Hosers better. I think at least Guy Lapointe was used better in that film. He's in more of it. And like the Colleens as protagonists more than the others. Wallace, Justin Long is pretty good, and when it's focused on him and Howard is when it's the best. But all the other stuff, the side plot, is just meh to me. But yeah, middle of the road. So, what are your thoughts on Tusk? Leave it in the comments below. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.